Now, spec sheet alone does not matter. What you really need is a phone that can take great photos quickly, like this, or super unique photos like this very easily. And most importantly, doesn't force you to babysit your battery with a power bank. Well, that is what the new Vivo V60 promises to fix at just 1,999 ringgit. But is this the upgrade you've been waiting for, or just another mid-range phone pretending to be more? Now let's start with the unboxing. Now, how many times have you opened a brand new phone box and thought, oh great, no charger again. Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Samsung. Well, Vivo actually includes everything in a box. A 90-watt flash charger, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and even a TPU case. So yes, you can literally buy the phone and use it immediately. Now, since the V series from Vivo is all about the cameras, let's first start with that. Now, this has the Zeiss collaborated triple camera setup with a 50 megapixel Sony IMX 766 wide, a 50 megapixel Sony IMX 882 telephoto, which is the same as the Vivo X200, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, together with a 50 megapixel front camera as well. So yes, the numbers are very impressive for a phone within this price factor. Now, starting off with the front cameras, while many companies have sort of given up on the front cameras, making it a sort of an afterthought since they are usually looking to have the best rear cameras, well, the good news is that the selfies here are sharp and detailed with great dynamic range while also being wider. The overall picture is also nicely processed, no plastic skin filter nonsense, which looks very edited or even unnatural. So selfie photos on this, really nice. And the same can be said for the main camera as well. The photos are rich and juicy as seen in these photos over here. The outputs are also very Instagram ready and reliable without needing to edit any of the shots after taking any pictures. But the real magic starts when you see the telephoto lenses, which by the way not only digitally zooms up to 100 times, but Vivo has also selectively put 5 different focal lengths for the portrait mode over here at 23mm, 35, 50, 85mm and 100mm, all with the Zeiss bokeh effect, which you have plenty to choose from, similar to the flagship X200 too. Now, the results over here are just outrageous, guys, as you can see in these sample photos. Now, if you go into the photo mode and look at the bottom, there's the film camera mode for you to take some unique film style photos with more film-like look over here as well, featuring a different watermark in the photos. Now, of course, if you go into the More tab in the camera app, there are more features over here, including underwater photography, which I couldn't test because I can't swim and I have a phobia for drowning. Yeah, true story. But what about the night mode then? Well, because most smartphones still do struggle with low light conditions, especially a phone within this price range, while flashlights are good for just capturing something, the Vivo V60 has the Aura Light, which is a staple for their recently released phone, which is basically a built-in ring light at the back with adjustable intensity and color temperature within the camera app. Now, based on this photo side by side, you can see that the one which has the Aura lighting looks more softer and is evenly spread out as compared to a typical flash which just focuses and brightens your nose. But besides the portrait mode type of shots, all of the lenses perform very well. From the ultra wide, even the 10 times zoom or 243mm was amazing as seen in these pictures. Now, speaking of being ready for social media, when it comes to taking photos, the micro movie feature was also nice because it had some built-in templates for you to easily create an edit-free movie compilation with up to 4K 30fps recording for the rear cameras and the front cameras as well. So this does prove that the collaboration between Vivo and Zeiss have been really elevated further, not just for their flagships, but also even for the baseline V series as well. Now, as for the phone's design and build quality, the unit that I have is called the Summer Blue, which almost looks like white with a slight tint of blue. But the Malaysian hero color here is called the Berry Purple, which looks amazing, where honestly it feels like Ribena had a fashion collab, which looks really amazing and I love. Now, this particular phone is 200 grams in terms of the overall weight, which does sound heavy, but this has 6500 milliamps of battery inside. But more on the battery test on the phone later on in this video. Because even with that weight, it's only 7.7 mm thin, so scrolling IG or TikTok for hours doesn't feel like a race day in the gym. Now it's also IP68 and IP69 rated, where there's also the one-tap dust and water removal that gives you that sort of comfort when using the phone outdoors or even in the rain. So you have all of the water also coming out with just that one-tap feature as well. Then sliding the phone in and out from your pocket also feels very much smoother too, thanks to the subtle camera bump on top. But the only catch of this particular camera bump is the fact that it does wobble a bit if you type it on the surface. So I would just recommend just holding the phone and typing and scrolling to your heart's content, since it's one of the most comfortable phones I've ever held. Now this has a 6.77 inch 120Hz AMOLED HDR10 Plus quad curved display with a new diamond shield glass, which Vivo claims to be the most drop resistant in their V series ever. And should I challenge their claims? Absolutely not, because it looks as solid as how they claim it is. But this curved display somehow makes it look like it's a little more bezel-less than it actually is. So I dug deeper and found out that Vivo has used this golden curvature, which is exactly 41 degrees. So it's curved enough to blend in with the phone's frame while also keeping the durability intact, since it's not fully curved. And this also means that it has mistouch prevention as well. Then as for the display, you can see that it looks really nice and how you expect for a Vivo phone to be. But on another quick note, the stereo speakers on this was also really good as well. It also comes with HDR certification on YouTube with Widevine L1 playback specification and HDR10 HEVC on Netflix. The peak brightness value is at a massive 5000 nits, but 1500 nits of high brightness value. So this shines in outdoor conditions as well. Even when taking videos or photos during the day or even in a bright daylight, it didn't drop the brightness at all. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video so far and finding it helpful, do give this video a nice big thumbs up to tell YouTube that this video was good. And a subscription would be lovely too. So thank you and thank you very much in advance. Now, once you come out from the camera app, this comes with a FunTouch OS 15 based on Android 15, where the software feels lighter. The smoothness that it brings was also really great as well, where closing and opening apps are also smooth with fluid transitions, where the overall UI is pretty polished, even with the AI features included too, with some basic AI that you expect a phone to have, like adjusting the frame, repair through the AI photo enhancer, AI eraser and more. And going back to the camera app real quick, there's one unique AI visual feature which you can take it super easily and effortlessly over here. But if you go into the portrait mode, you can get AI to get all 4 seasons in your photos or anything that you take between spring, summer, autumn and winter as well. So you can make your photos look like autumn or winter, even in Sunway Lagoon or Sunway Pyramid here in Malaysia. Very nice. So yeah, FunTouch OS has really come a long way from being just a simple UI, or if you want to go further or above, you can also do it too. Now it also comes with 4 years of OS updates and 6 years of security updates, where Vivo says that you can definitely get up to 5 years of smooth experience, which was great for a phone within this price range once again. Now as for performance, this has the Snapdragon 7S Gen 4 with 12GB of LPDDR4X RAM, and it uses a UFS 2.2 storage. And because this has a proper larger vapor chamber cooling as well, using it daily was really good, and I didn't notice any jitters or any sort of a lag in a day-to-day use, even while gaming as well. And while the chipset doesn't support the highest graphics, but at this particular settings over here on Genshin Impact, they stayed cool with just a little warmth towards the end of my 30-minute gameplay. And yes, the overall comfort when I was gaming was really great, since the overall form factor was really nice as mentioned earlier. But the biggest selling point is of course the 6500 mAh of battery, which uses the Blue Volt silicon carbon tech with up to 4 years of battery health, 2 days of use, check. At worst, I ended day 2 at just 28% left still, and that is very rare in year 2025. Then something that this phone's battery is also capable of, which a lot of other phone doesn't, is the fact that this has bypass charging while gaming, and this can be manually turned on from the ultra gaming mode, so your battery doesn't degrade as fast. Now this also comes with a 90-watt charger as seen in the box earlier, which roughly takes about an hour to charge to 100%, but if you're lazy like me, it also has a very unique feature called a super battery saver mode, where it allows you to use up to 8 useful apps, and for God's sakes, please don't choose TikTok as being useful, because it is not useful, okay? So this mode turns your whole UI into dark mode and have some inner processing to make sure that your battery consumption is low. Other than that, there's also a toggle for battery life extender, which only allows you to answer or make phone calls. So yes, Vivo is actually being more thoughtful with the easy to toggle features just to make sure that you go through your days so much easier. Now, if you want a written recap of everything mentioned in this video, we do have one at our website at www.adamlovo.tv. Links to the website will be down below, where we also have some daily tech news over there too. So who is this Vivo V60 really for? Well, if you want a phone that takes great photos instantly, lasts 2 days easily and charges very quickly, and comes with everything inside of the box, this is it. While it's not built for maximum gaming, but with a price of only 1,999 ringgit, it delivers more where it matters to you. And that is the whole point, my friend. Not spec sheets, not marketing fluff, just solving everyday frustrations that you actually care about.